Let's take a look at a random calendar from one of my sales reps. If I just grab this person here. So we can see we're in January 2024 here. It doesn't matter which week I come to, this person's fully booked. And this applies not only for this rep, but let's just go to another random rep. This person's fully booked as well. This here. I've got 10 of these. I have figured out how to book so many appointments and get so many clients that I can't keep up. And what I'm going to do in this video is explain the first principles of client acquisition and appointment booking so that you can get so many damn appointments and so many clients that quite frankly, you don't know what to do with yourself. I have the problem where I have too many clients. I'm oversubscribed and I know why. It's because of these things. The things that are hiding behind these black boxes are the reasons why I'm able to do this. So, first principles of client acquisition. Number one, the only two things that you need to get clients are pain and confidence. If a human being, a stranger, is in pain and they have a painful problem that you can solve and they have the confidence that you are the person that can actually help them solve it, they will buy from you. You don't need anything else. You need pain and you need confidence. And so what we need to learn to do as client acquisition experts or businesses is understand how are we going to get prospects to generate the confidence to actually trust us to help them, and how are we going to get them to build pain? Because if we have someone and they're in pain and they have the confidence with a person to help them remove that pain, they will buy. And so the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that this person's actually in pain. And I'm not talking about the physical pain that comes as a result of falling out of a tree and breaking your leg. I'm talking about conscious, cognizant pain that is coming as a result of a problem existing. The first thing we can do is look at the conscious mind of the prospect. This is because they're in pain and they know why. So where is the prospect going to get the pain to buy your thing from? Because pain is the only thing that's going to really move them towards actually doing anything. The first principle of the human condition is pain avoidance. And so if you think, why does someone do something? It's usually to avoid pain. And so we can look at this from a buying decision. Why does someone make the decision to buy something? It's to avoid pain. Why do you buy a sandwich? Because your stomach hurts, because you're hungry. Why do you buy an online program to help you solve client acquisition? Because you haven't got any clients and it's making you unhappy. So the first places we can look for pain in the prospect's brain are in the conscious mind. And this is coming from problems and consequences. So people are pretty aware of their pain, and the reason that it exists is because they have problems and because there's consequences that come as a result of these problems. And so let's say, for example, that you sell online personal training or you sell fitness programs. Well, the problem is that someone's overweight and they're out of shape. And the consequences are they can't get a girlfriend, they can't sleep properly, they haven't got any energy throughout the day, they don't have enough confidence. Consequences are the things that come as a result of problems and they create pain. And people will pay you if you can remove the problems and remove the consequences. The second place we can look at in the prospect's mind to get pain to actually leverage someone to buy something is the unconscious mind. And this is where people are in pain, but they're unaware why. So what are these reasons? Well, if they have unmet needs or drives, they have what they don't want, and they want what they don't have. And so these are the unconscious pains. The people aren't aware that they're in pain and they hurt, but they don't quite know why. The first thing is an unmet need or a drive. This is where you have a deep, visceral, unconscious desire for something that you're not really aware of, and it's not being met. For example, if you are a relationship coach and someone wants a relationship and they have this drive towards intimacy and connection with another person, but they're not quite aware of it and they're in pain and their life is uncomfortable because they're not in a relationship. Another example could be that someone wants to buy a supercar, and the reason they want to buy a supercar is because they want status, because they didn't have any status when they were a child. And that's basically like the adult is developed to protect the child. I won't get into it, but there's lots of unconscious reasons we do things. And if we're not meeting those things and meeting those needs, we'll be in pain. And if you can position your product or what you sell as a vehicle for someone to actually meet and fulfill an unmet drive or need, you'll be able to sell them. The second thing is having what isn't wanted. This is when they have a situation that they don't want. For example, being overweight but not wanting to be overweight. Or maybe you're a swimming coach and someone has what they don't want, where they don't know how to swim. Like, well, that's actually not a very good example at all. Let's say someone wants a swimming pool, well then I'm not going to get into the swimming thing because I'm going to venture off into no man's land if we go there. But you get the point. Having what isn't wanted or wanting what isn't had. If you want something but you don't have it, like if you want to have a great physique but you don't have it, that's going to create pain. And if you have something you don't want, like if you have a bad physique but you don't want it, that's also going to create pain. And so these are ways that we can get people to feel pain and move towards buying something. Remember, the only reason someone's going to buy your thing is because in some way, shape or form at first principle, it alleviates pain. And that happens because you either alleviate the consequences of the problem or you alleviate the problem. Primary example, paracetamol and ibuprofen. If you've got a cold or the flu and you take painkillers, the painkillers alleviate the consequences, the symptoms, but they do not address the cause or the problem, because ibuprofen won't cure you of the flu, but it will cure you of the consequences of having the flu. And then the other places we can look is it's someone's unmet needs or drives, having what isn't wanted or wanting what isn't had. So if they have a situation they don't want, they're in pain. If they desire a situation they don't have, they're in pain. And if they have drives or needs that are on an unconscious level that they haven't met, then they'll be in pain. Now, once you've established the pain with someone, and once you've understood what pain someone's in, now you have leverage. Without pain, no one will buy. But the thing is people can be in pain, but that's not enough. What they need to have is another emotion. They need to have pain, but they also need to have confidence. Where are people going to get the confidence to buy your thing from? Because, there's lots of people that might be able to help this person alleviate pain. So how do they know you're the right one? Well, they know you're the right one when they can associate you, your product, and your business with a feeling of conviction and confidence. What is confidence? In business context, in a sales context, it's a transfer of emotion. It's a human being understanding that you and your business actually will solve the problem. So let's say, for example, that you're an individual and you're in lots of pain. You've got unmet needs, you have what you don't want, you want what you don't have, there's consequences, there's problems, life is suffering for you. And then 5 people come to you and say, hey, I can help you with these problems and alleviate this pain. Well, how do you know which one to pick if there's 5? You only want to pick one, right? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to pick the one that gives you the most confidence. And how do we generate confidence in someone? Well, there's 3 different ways. The first way is your offer. This is where you create compelling, persuasive sales arguments that essentially elicit confidence in the prospect. We're talking risk reversal, we're talking timeframes, we're talking tangible outcomes, truly understanding people and reversing the risk and creating guarantees. This is the easiest place to generate confidence in someone, because if there's 5 people saying they can solve your problem and 4 of them just say they can, but another person guarantees they can, you're going to go with the guarantee. The second thing is you. Notice how I've been pitching this video, how much confidence I have in this knowledge, because it's booked me like 30,000 appointments. This has made me $20 million online. I have confidence in this information, and by having that confidence, you should share my confidence and have conviction that this can actually help you solve your damn problem. And so the second place that you can get, that people will get confidence to buy your stuff from, is you. If you're hopping on sales calls or trying to book appointments with a lousy tone where you don't really know if you can actually do it or not, no one's going to listen to you. No one's going to pay attention to your information. So you are the second vehicle of confidence. You must have so much damn conviction and promise in your voice that people actually believe you. And the last place people can get confidence from is your clients. These are people who were in pain, who bought your thing and no longer have the pain. So the question is, okay, well, what if I don't have any clients? Well, then you have to just have a better offer. And then you might be saying, well, what if I don't have conviction in my product? Well, you need to have conviction in the fact that, well, first of all, if you don't have conviction in your product, you're never going to win. You're never going to be successful. So then you think, okay, well, how am I supposed to build a good product and get people to buy it if I don't have conviction? It's a catch-22. Well, the way you do this is when you're selling people, if you don't really know what you're doing, is you take the fact that you have so much conviction in your work ethic. And I had this when I signed my first client. How did I sign my first client? I knew that if that person gave me their money, it was $1,000 a month, it was a gym marketing retainer. I knew that if that person gave me their money, I would go to the literal ends of hell and back to get them results. And I did. I worked 24 hours a day for probably near enough 2 or 3 days straight to get that person the best results possible. So I had confidence in myself, not in my product, but in myself to find the product that would work for that person. And so that's how you do it. Bye.